From a really, really young age, I was talking about architecture, playing with things that had to do with architecture, and my community was constantly talking about architecture. So I like to say that I acquired architecture.
My name's Maya Bird Murphy, and I'm the founder and executive director of Chicago Mobile Makers.
When I was applying to colleges, I applied to both ones that had architecture and ones that didn't, because I was still not totally sure. And then I ended up going to Ball State, that has a great architecture program. And as soon as I got there, I knew that I was in the right place. Before I graduated, I was starting to feel the effects of being one of the only people of color in the architecture program. I ended up graduating, there were 2 black people in my entire architecture class. And so I was at that point ready to go. And, we weren't learning about many architects of color. We weren't doing projects that really had like social meaning, and I knew that that was important to me at that time. So I was kind of ready to go once I graduated. And then I expected it to be better coming back to Chicago, and then realized that, oh, the entire field is like this. So I was working in very white spaces at every job that I did, and that discomfort kind of continued into the professional world for me. I think that I really had to look back at what I was really interested in, and like in college I started getting into social and like humanitarian architecture, and environmental and sustainability issues in the architecture field. And so I knew that I wanted to do something that was related to that. I knew those were my interests. Just kept thinking about all of these thoughts and experiences from the years of growing up in Oak Park and college and the profession, and it all just came together into like, I'm going to make a nonprofit that really addresses the issue of diversity in the design fields. And starting out, it was really tough. There were a lot of people that didn't understand what I was trying to do. But then once we started doing workshops, I think people saw the photos and kind of saw a more tangible thing, and so then it was easier to grasp what we were trying to do. And we just kept drumming up more and more support, and that's when like the individual donations started coming in, and that was what was really fueling us at that point. By 2019, we were reaching like more than 650 youth. I believe that I like personally went to more than 100 workshop sessions throughout the year. And then 2020 happened. We had to shut down everything. We couldn't do any in-person workshops anymore. There was this point where everything stopped. In summer 2020, we finished the conversion of a USPS mail truck, and it's now a mobile design studio. So it has a lot of plywood, millwork, and so very nice like cabinetry. There's a place to sit, so it feels like this really comfy and cozy place to learn. And we go out and do a lot of pop-ups with the truck all over the city. And that led to more donations and more support and more grant money. And so now in 2021, we're able to open this permanent space. And I think a lot of people are wondering like, oh, well, I thought you were mobile. How does the space, fit into that? And this was always part of the plan. And to me, it feels like we're coming full circle where we are able to go out in the community, and we will continue to do that with the truck and in schools, but we are also able to welcome people into our space, and we're trying to create this safe community for kids to be themselves and to really have this place to be able to express themselves and create things. I think it's important to say that we're not trying to create a bunch of little architects. This is really about giving kids choices for their future and showing them what's out there and what's possible for them. It's also about building life skills and at the same time building tangible skills that could maybe help you get a job. And so we're trying to create well-rounded kids who care about their communities, and hopefully some of them will come back and help change their communities into the future. It would have been really lovely to to know this when I was working on this, right at the beginning and when I was still in school, that your ideas matter. And I think that for a long time people didn't really value my ideas, and so I would say to any young person, and I think this is what this space is for. It's your ideas matter and they're important, and they could literally change people's lives if you wanted them to.